You think Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is just for kids? Well, think again. Before I went pro, I was a high school athlete, a serious athlete. And guess what? Children's was there on the field with me. They helped me stay healthy, they helped me stay in the game, and helped me get to where I am today. If you still think Children's is just for kids, think again. And if you're a serious teen athlete, think Children's.
You think Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is just for kids? Well, think again. Before I went pro, I was a high school athlete, a serious athlete. And guess what? Children's was there on the field with me. They helped me stay healthy, they helped me stay in the game, and helped me get to where I am today. You still think Children's is just for kids? Think again. And if you're a serious teen athlete, think Children's.
Welcome in. The Atlanta United Equinox is upon us. Nearly every team under the Atlanta United umbrella will be in action today, and you can watch or listen to a whole lot of it from various fields all over the Southeast. I'm Jason Longshore. I won't be with you this morning for the U-17s as they host Orlando City. John Nelson will have the call with kickoff just around the corner for that one in Marietta at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground. The U-15s will also play Orlando City with kickoff for that set at 11 a.m. We won't have live coverage of it. You'll be able to get updates at Academy ATL UTD on your social media platforms. We will, coming up in just a couple of weeks, though, have the U-15s live in action on the Atlanta United YouTube channel. Stay tuned for that one. After the matches in Marietta conclude, the attention will head north to Nashville, Tennessee. Atlanta United, Nashville SC MLS match set for kickoff at 1:55 p.m. Eastern Time. Our coverage on 92.9 The Game and the Odyssey app will start at 12:30 with the Five Stripes countdown. You can watch that match on Apple TV's MLS Season Pass, as well as Fox 5 in the Atlanta area. When that match is over, move over to atlutd.com/live. You'll be able to watch the Atlanta United Unified team in their 2024 season opener as they face off with Nashville. The first of a home-and-home series with Nashville this season. Atlanta United Unified will also be headed out to Los Angeles later in the year. Big season ahead for Atlanta United's Unified team. I'll be on the call for that one alongside Madison Cruz. Kickoff will be just after 4 p.m. The broadcast will kick off at 4 on atlutd.com/live. After that match is over, Madison and I will hop in our cars and head south to Huntsville, Alabama, where Atlanta United 2 is in action against Huntsville City. That's Nashville's MLS Next Pro affiliate. Kickoff for that one is set for just after 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have the call on our Soccer Down Here network, soccerdownhere.mixlr.com, MIXLR.com. You can also watch that on Apple TV's MLS Season Pass. So, U17s, then the first team, then Unified, then Atlanta United 2, all available to watch and listen to today. It's the Atlanta United Equinox. This doesn't happen very often. The U13s and the U14s are also in action, by the way. No broadcasts for those. That's part of the NASA Top Hat Adidas Select Cup tournament. You'll get the updates for that at Academy ATL UTD on social media. Enjoy the match. The U17's about to kick off against Orlando City. John Nelson will have the call. Take it away, John.
Atlanta United 2. Coming out in the 4-3-3, Dylan Greiner will be in net. Going from left to right, Dominic Chonqui, Caden Moore, Ethan Dankney, Ayo Akintobi. In front of them, Cooper Sanchez, Julian Bredhausen, Landon Zuniga, Jonathan Hernandez, Ashton Gordon, Jesse Garcia. From left to right will be the three up top. For Orlando City, they're coming in a 4-2-3-1 in net. Keep an eye on Luka Maxim. Between the sticks for Orlando City. From left to right, Gonsalves, Archange, Platts, and Pedro Cruz. It'll be a midfield of Wenger and Dylan Judelson. Then in front of them, left to right, Crystal Caraballo, Gustavo Caraballo, and Rodriguez and Franca up top for Orlando City. Orlando City, they are in their road whites with the purple numerals. And Atlanta United are in their dress blacks. As you are watching the match and keeping an eye on things this morning, Atlanta United will be going in the first half. They're going to be going from left to right, and Orlando City will be going from right to left, as you picture. Once again, Mother Nature couldn't quite make up her mind what she wanted to do this morning. We've had fog, we've had rain of varying degrees and qualities. We've had mist, we've had showers. And now the sun's starting to peek out through the fog, so I have no earthly idea what Mother Nature has in mind for us today. But it's going to be an interesting go of things. Play continues. First shot on Big Hop, and it's going to be an easy pickup as Ayo Akintobi sends it in on Luka Maxim. And we are underway. Here in the second minute. And once again, Orlando City. Maxim works to his right. And Orlando City, they are trying to work their way up the right-hand side. Taken away nicely there by Dominic Chonqui. Atlanta United will grab possession once more. Ethan Degny. We do have some yellow card issues that could happen today if certain Atlanta United players pick up yet another yellow. Landon Zuniga, Cooper Sanchez, Degny, and Pedro Villalobos. If any of them pick up yellows today, then they would not be available for the U17 match on June 2nd against Toronto. So we'll keep an eye on that here at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground today. Center circle. Over to the right, Akintobi pokes his head up, wants to go long up and over the top. Inside the 18, 2 hops, and Maxim will calm it down for Orlando City. Maxim to Platts as they try to work up the right-hand side, getting past Atlanta United and Jonathan Hernandez, but sticking with it, Dominic Chonqui. He ends up with possession just on the edge of the 18, and flag is up for offside here halfway through the third minute. Once again, thanks for hanging out with us here for Stage 1 of the Atlanta United Equinox. It's going to be a fun day across the board. A lot of different platforms. Starting with the activity here in Marietta. Then from here to Nashville for both the first team and the Unified. And then Maddie and Jason driving the, I'll say 2 hours. Well, let's say 2-hour drive from Nashville to Huntsville for the twos on the Soccer Down Here network tonight. So it's going to be a full soccer day involving Atlanta United. And thanks for hanging out with us on all the different parts of the Atlanta United universe. Working their way through today. Dylan Greiner up the middle. From Julian Bretas goes up the left-hand side. Dominic Chongqui will try to track it down, and he will. Gets away from Pedro Cruz, sent it inside the 18, cleared away by Platts, and it's going to be a throw for Atlanta United here halfway through the 4th minute. Heading toward the 5th minute here. And so let's see what Atlanta United 2 has in mind here. Throw in looking for Cooper Sanchez. Now Orlando City up the middle. Pass had a little too much on it. Working back just as quickly. The back line of Degny and Caden Moore. Caden Moore getting in some quality reps and minutes for Steve Cook, and Atlanta United 2 gets to start his Saturday this way. Up the left-hand side, Cooper Sanchez. Sanchez through with the right. A little too much on it, looking for Landon Zuniga, and Luka Maxim will let it go over the inline, so it'll end up being a goal kick for Orlando City's U-17s. Take another peek at it. More to Sanchez. Sanchez looked up, had a little too much MPH on it. But a good idea for Cooper Sanchez out of the blocks here as we're now in the 6th minute. Pressure from Atlanta United's U-17s created a turnover. Jesse Garcia. Orlando City wins it back just as quickly. Charging up the left-hand side. Good work defensively by Zuniga to disrupt the rush up the left, and Atlanta United back in possession. Halfway through the 6th minute, no score with the U-17s. Here on campus at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground after this one will be the U-15s. Full day here in Marietta as well. So you technically could go U-17, U-15 if you just wanted to come here and watch. Then first team, then unified. Get in your transporter and just immediately go from one place to the other. Then after the unifieds, it's the twos, and that's a full day. "13.5 hours of soccer from one franchise. Bang, 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 bang. It's a full Saturday. Degny and Caden Moore working back and forth. Caden Moore pokes his head up. Up and over Franca, finds Akintobi. Cooper Sanchez now on the right-hand side, trying to help in the creation for Steve Cavino and the U-17s. Caden Moore. Chongqui looking to find a way past Rodriguez. Could not. Gonsalves was there marking for Orlando City, and once again just coming to the back. Cooper Sanchez now helping out, dropping back in the attack. Tries to go over the top. Ashton Gordon was looking for a whistle as he was obstructed somewhat by the back line of Orlando City. Didn't get it. Goes to Luka Maxim, and Orlando City will work it up the left-hand side. Now you get a foul call. Let's take another peek. There's Maxim with the outlet looking to his left. The initial touch and then the bump by Cooper Sanchez. And then charging up through the middle, Jonathan Hernandez. Hernandez was looking to his left. Pressure from Atlanta United. Not letting Theo Franca get past midline. And once again, just winning it back, slowing things down, trying to draw Orlando City forward. Sanchez trying to dance around Gustavo Caraballo. Now Cooper to his left to Caden Moore. Caden Moore going along, looking for Ashton Gordon over the top edge of the 18. Calm down. Gordon is there. Cuts it back to the inside. He wants to set up that left foot. Grounder easily grabbed by Luka Maxim. Heading into the 10th minute, no score here. Once again, the U-17's pressure coming from Jesse Garcia. Getting around it at the last was the back line of Orlando City. Now they have a chance up the left-hand side. Looking center circle for Theo Franca. Franca stood up. Chance was there for Caden Moore to get stuck in a tackle. Outlet down the right-hand side for Orlando City. Full sprint, edge of the 18, trying to cut it back, and Pedro Cruz draws the penalty. Cruz had a full head of steam. He slammed it into fifth gear and was working down the right-hand side. You'll see it right here. Cruz gets behind the Atlanta United defense, knocked over, and you end up getting the call. So it will be a chance here as we head toward the 11th minute, and it looks like it's going to be Theo Franca to take it. Theo Franca sizing up Dylan Griner. Griner bouncing up and down on the goal line. Franca backs it up. Couple of hop steps to his left and gets it past Dylan Griner, and it's 1-0 Orlando City on the PK. Theo Franca puts it past Dylan Griner. Three separate hops. Franca powers it past Griner. Griner guessed left. Franca went to Dylan Griner's right. And it's 1-0 to the visitors. All started with that activity down the right-hand side, getting behind the Atlanta United defense. And so now here in the 12th minute, Atlanta United has some work to do as the U-17s are down to Orlando City. Let's see how Atlanta United's U-17s respond. And Cooper Sanchez charging up towards center line, pokes it. Nice working with Akintobi and with Jesse Garcia down the right-hand side, but too much on it from Cooper Sanchez. Goes over the end line, and it will end up being a goal kick for Orlando City here, late 12th minute, with the visitors in a 1-0 lead. Maxim surveys before he sends it out up the left-hand side. Intercepted by Julian Bretos, but Atlanta United couldn't quite keep up with possession. Gustavo Caraballo upended, no whistle. The Orlando City folks wanted a whistle and a foul, didn't get it. Pass was a little bit too much for Jonathan Hernandez. Goes over the end line, and once again Orlando City will get the chance to reset halfway through the 13th minute. Let's take another peek. Right up the middle, the quick 1-2 passing. Nicely done. Great tackle by Atlanta United to disrupt the rush up the middle from Orlando City. A little too much in transition trying to go up the left-hand side. It ends up being back to Luka Maxim for the goal kick. This time Maxim goes up the right-hand side. Header put back in play. Bretos was there for Atlanta United. Quick work back and forth. Dominic Chong-Kui has it. Working with Jonathan Hernandez. Couldn't keep possession, so it'll end up being a throw for Orlando City in front of their bench in their tent here early in the 14th minute with a 1-0 lead. Up the right-hand side, chested down by Theo Franco. Possession won back by Cooper Sanchez for Atlanta United. Cooper long up the right-hand side looking for Jesse Garcia. Garcia was jousting with Bernardo Gonçalves. And they're going to say last to touch was Atlanta United. So this gives Atlanta United a chance to pin Orlando City in with pressure in the corner. Having both the in-line and the near-touch line as added defenders. Orlando City gets out of the jam, once again goes up the right-hand side looking for Franca. Caden Moore is there. He'll play it back to Dylan Greiner. Greiner long up the middle to Cooper Sanchez. Sanchez out to the left. Dominic Chong-Kui. Landon Zuniga. Zuniga pulls it back on the spin, and he tries to get away from Drake Winger. Back to Sanchez now. Sanchez drawing two Orlando City defenders. Decking into the middle of Bretos. Bretos over to Cooper Sanchez. Franca keeping an eye on him. Caraballo keeping an eye on the action in the center circle. Slip on the morning dew in the grass. No real surprise there. I was waiting for one of those to happen. Here comes Bretos again, charging up the left-hand side. He's got Chong-Kui available. Kicks it in inside. Couple of quick contacts. Defense is there in the form of Drake Winger. Goes over the inline. It's going to be Atlanta United's first corner of the afternoon here, or early morning. Who am I kidding? It's morning, 16th minute. Let's take a peek at how this play developed. Bretos, quick combinations, and then last ditch defending by Winger. Right hand in the air, going to be an in-swinger with the right. Looking toward the top of the six, headed out and away. Chong-Kui will long launch and did not miss the near post by much. Luka Maxim had it tracked the entire time. But Dominic thought from 25 he could give it a bit of a rocket, and he certainly did. Take another look at it here. Saw an opening. Big left from Dominic Chong-Kui. Still at 1-0. Maxim this time. A little too much underneath it. Bretos was there for Atlanta United. Quick work with Garcia and Zuniga, but Orlando City comes away with it. They're going to work their way up the middle once again. Caraballo out to the right-hand side. Chong-Kui there in defense. Well done there, and he'll launch it again. Save Maxim, and it's after the initial parry. Racing in was Ashton Gordon, but Maxim had the presence of mind to pop up and pounce on it. Another long launch from Dominic Chong-Kui. Still 1-0. Dominic is seeing something. He's got an opening, and he's got the green light, and he's going ahead and taking two big swings that haven't missed by much. Brandon Crystal fouls Julian Bretos. Here's your second look. And once again, powering through. You see what the look is there, and that's 25 at least. Luka Maxim was there, had it read, didn't hang on to it, but stuck with it. And kept the score at 1-0. Early 18th minute here at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground. Here for the Atlanta United Equinox. Step one of your 13-hour Atlanta United day of soccer. Presented by our friends at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Thanks to them for all they do involving Atlanta United. Chong-Kui tries to work around Zinedine Rodriguez. Jonathan Hernandez double teamed in the far corner. And it was last touched by the visitors. It's going to be a deep throw right toward the corner flag. They're not going to waste any time. Just go ahead and throw it back in and regroup. Degny had Cooper Sanchez, decided to go back to Dylan Griner instead. Caden Moore with the chip up the left, looking for Dominic Chonqui again. Pedro Cruz is there defending for Orlando City. It'll be throw for Atlanta United about 20 yards away from the corner flag over on the far side. Quick directing of traffic before the throw goes back to Caden Moore. Degny Cooper Sanchez toward the edge of center circle. Plays to Caden Moore. And back to Cooper Sanchez. Sanchez, he wants to go long with the left. Found Akintobi, who chests it down, gained control. Chances here for Atlanta United. Landon Zuniga plays it into Ashton Gordon. Gordon marked really tightly, gave to Cooper Sanchez. Dominic Chonqui, 3 in a row. This one on the ground and just misses the far post. Green light for Dominic Chonqui, and he once again did not miss the target by most. This one was on the ground. You see Cooper Sanchez, and space is there for Dominic Chonqui through all of that traffic. Still at 1-0. Chances have been there. Last touched by Orlando City, so it's going to end up being an Atlanta United corner. Cooper Sanchez. Right hand in the air, going to be an outswinger with the right, looking toward the top of the 6. Headed down, cleared away, but not all the way out. Sanchez, second chance. Header off of the back of Jesse Garcia. And long-time sweeper keeper Dylan Griner, he just comes all the way out towards center line to keep possession for Atlanta United. 2 chaotic rounds of trying to put the ball in the back of the net and get an equalizer for Atlanta United. And the U-17's keeping possession right around center line. Caden Moore. And Cooper Sanchez from Degny. Sanchez back and forth quickly with Ashton Gordon. Now Sanchez, he wanted to go long, and he's going to go long to the left to Jonathan Hernandez. Pedro Cruz is there once again with Hernandez. Looking for Dominic Chonqui on the overlap. Cleared away by Jackson Platts. It's going to be a throw for Atlanta United here. Late 21st minute, Orlando City with the 1-0 lead. Once again, about 20 yards away from the far corner flag. Thrown in just to get things restarted quickly. Cooper Sanchez thought about going with the big switch Akintobi. Ends up giving it back to the back line of Degny and Caden Moore. Caden Moore surveying. He'll go. He thought about going to his left. He pulled it back and goes to the tag team partner in Degny, and they're going to work the back and forth a little bit. Cooper Sanchez back to help out. Now the chip with the left. Chested down. Nicely done there. Jesse Garcia. Keeping possession. They'll go all the way back out. Caraballo chasing. Franca chasing. Atlanta United had possession. Orlando City wins it back. Jesse Garcia in pursuit for Atlanta United. Gonsalves trying to get away from him. Took a little bit, but Brandon Crystal into the middle. Zinedine Rodriguez goes up the right-hand side once again. Pedro Cruz. Cruz drew the penalty that made it 1-0. Bit of jersey tugging back and forth with Dominic Chonqui. Here comes Atlanta United once again. Jonathan Hernandez cuts it to the inside, and you're going to get a foul and a card on Orlando City on the takedown of Dominic Chonqui, and it's going to be a yellow on Pedro Cruz. Let's take a look at how all that broke down. There's the back and forth with Chonqui and Cruz. Jonathan Hernandez getting tugged and tugged down. And so Pedro Cruz with a yellow here in the 23rd minute. So let's see what Atlanta United has in mind here. Cooper Sanchez, hand in the air, chips it, looking toward the top of the six, headed away by Orlando City. And Jonathan Hernandez gets it for Atlanta United. Julian Bretos was looking for a handball call as it rocketed off the defender at the time for Orlando City. Didn't get the call from the man in the middle on this morning. Stays with Atlanta United in possession. Throw, Akintobi. Nice back heel by Jesse Garcia. Tried to find Zuniga with it. Orlando City now wanting to charge up the middle. Jonathan Hernandez closing space for Dylan Judelson. And they'll go up the right-hand side. Judelson will play it to the back line. Trying to get out of a jam. They do. Up to Theo Franca. Franca tried to draw a call. Didn't get it. Chong Kui now for Atlanta United. Landon Zuniga pulls it away from Franca. Just shy of center circle and center line. Sanchez had Akintobi to his right. Tried to go with the bounce to Jesse Garcia. Picked off by Orlando City. Garcia closes the space. Gets the turnover. Cooper Sanchez. And Caden Moore. Far side of center circle, center line. Had a lot of room, so he goes to Dominic Chong Kui. Rodriguez is there on the mark. Chong Kui tries to turn the corner. Zenedine Rodriguez puts his left foot in the air. Prevents the centering pass and ends up being a throw for Atlanta United here halfway through the 25th minute. And once again, the penalty in the 11th minute by Theo Franca has been the only score on the board. Orlando City with a 1-0 lead. Sanchez, as Franca and Caraballo were drawn forward. Bretos. Once again, Cooper Sanchez. Nicely done to Akintobi. Tried to get the cross in. Closing distance was Crystal, and it's going to end up being another corner for Atlanta United here. Their third here in the first 25 and a half minutes. So let's see what Atlanta United has in mind this go-around. They're going to say it did not go out at the corner, so it's going to be a deep throw. Pulling it back is Akintobi. Akintobi goes short with Sanchez. Top of the 18, Landon Zuniga. Right on to Luka Maxim. Landon Zuniga had a window, saw it with the right. Put a lot on it, but Luka Maxim had it eyed the entire way, so staying at 1-0, and Luka Maxim waving everybody forward for Orlando City. Our change. Maxim, he'll go long up the right-hand side, up and over Zenedine Rodriguez. It'll end up being a throw for Atlanta United. Let's take a peek at that last shot. And here's how it started with the throw from Akintobi with the 1-2 there. And then once again, they're seeing some windows from distance, trying to challenge Luka Maxim. 3 from Chong Kui in fairly quick succession. But Atlanta United sensing something from outside the 18. So when they see those alleys and openings, they're going to go ahead and fire and challenge from distance this morning. Up the right-hand side, Dylan Judelson. Back to Jackson Platts. Platts chipping it forward, looking for Franca. Franca marked by Caden Moore. Atlanta United had possession. Cooper Sanchez tried to win it back. 3 Orlando City players were there to win it back for the visitors, and they'll try it again here early 28th minute with a 1-0 lead. Caraballo back to Platts. Platts trying to direct a little traffic as Ashton Gordon is on the chase. They'll go up the right-hand side, and they do not keep it out from the far touchline, so it'll end up being a throw for Atlanta United's U-17s. Just shy of center line, a couple of yards. Dominic Chong Kui gains a couple of yards, by the time he's released the ball. Ball ends up rolling inside the 18. Maxim will track it down, and he'll wait to the bitter end before picking it up, plus another couple of seconds as he was waiting for Ashton Gordon to make some kind of a move. Winger up the middle. Akintobi with Crystal. Brandon Crystal, step overs. 3 cycles of a step over and just misses the far post. As Dylan Griner had an eye on it the entire time, but Brandon Crystal did not miss the far post by much. It's like we went to a couple of different cycles of step overs here as Crystal was trying to get Akintobi to commit one way or the other. Forced it to his left foot and did not miss the far post by much, and we're still at 1-0. Back to action, Akintobi. He'll give to Jesse Garcia. Gonsalves there to stop that progress. Bretos. Over to Caden Moore. Dominic Chongqui on the ground inside the 18, looking for Landon Zuniga. Swatted away by Orlando City. Atlanta United will try again. Once again here in the mid-morning on a Saturday, Atlanta United in their dress home black outfits. Tracking it down was Gonsalves, and Gonsalves had to get it away from Jesse Garcia. Swats it away for a deep throw here on the near side as Atlanta United will be working their way up the attacking right. Orlando City in their road white uniforms. Purple piping and numerals. And the orange and purple sunbursts on the front. And Atlanta United in their dress blacks this morning. Caden Moore. Chongqui gets away from Rodriguez. Moore and Degny to Cooper Sanchez. Looking toward Jesse Garcia. Akintobi tries to go top of the 6, punched away by Maxim, cleared away by the defense of Orlando City. Crystal tries to start another rush. Got away from Akintobi. Now they're going to have some chance up the left-hand side. Pulling it away, Caraballo double teamed, and so he'll push it back to winger. You hear the exultations of forward from the Orlando City coaching staff. Jonathan Hernandez there to stop that idea. And so Judelson will end up working it all the way back to Luka Maxim. Platts. And Maxim passing back and forth, trying to tire out Ashton Gordon here a little bit, halfway through the 31st minute. Looking for Crystal. Crystal centrally to Caraballo, up and over him. Winger, out the right-hand side once again to Pedro Cruz. And Cruz can't handle it in front of the Atlanta United bench. It'll end up being a throw. Let's take another look. You see Cooper Sanchez working with the entry pass. Akintobi, the punch clear, and the opportunity there for Atlanta United. Cleared away by Orlando City. Still at 1-0 here, early 32nd minute. Center circle, the 5 stripes keeping possession. Degny trying to go back and forth with Landon Zuniga. Zuniga will go back to Dylan Griner, and Griner will start things back up again with Caden Moore. Hernandez, Chongqui on the full sprint, tries to get around Cruz. Cruz got there first, gets it to Maxim. Maxim double teamed, found an opening to Judelson, and Orlando City escaped. But here comes Atlanta United again. From distance, thought about it, pulled it down, stood up, and it looks like it's going to be a foul just outside the 18. Jackson Platts pleading his case with the man in the middle. Let's take a peek at the end of this play. So you see Cooper Sanchez looking for Hernandez here. Hernandez, 1-2, pulled back just at the edge of the arc, just outside the 18. And literally just outside the 18. I mean, a soccer ball's width outside the 18. And the conversation going on for Atlanta United. I got it, you take it. All right, what do you want to do? Ashton Gordon a part of it. Jonathan Hernandez a part of it. Cooper Sanchez a part of it. Chong Kui there. Julian Bretos is there. So half of Atlanta United's on-field 10, a part of the discussion as to figuring out what they want to do here. Luka Maxim directing a little traffic with the look of the wall. Looks like it's 5 in the wall now for Orlando City. Akintobi off the edge. Man in the middle with the whistle. Cooper Sanchez on the ground, and Maxim's there. Stays at 1-0 here, early 34th minute. Great opportunity there for Atlanta United with the set piece. And Cooper Sanchez, he saw an opening and went to the ground with it, challenged Luka Maxim again, and we're still at 1-0. Big hop. Franca got there ahead of Caden Moore and just missed the opportunity to make it 2-0. Chance was there for Orlando City. It ends up being a corner. Let's take a peek. Ball took a couple of big hops. Franca got past Caden Moore there. Dylan Greiner came out to challenge to trim the angle to where the only thing that Franca could do was go to the near post, and he was wide of the near post to keep it at 1-0. Looks like Bernardo Gonçalves will be the lucky party and deliver the corner for Orlando City. So let's see what Gonçalves has in mind here with the left. It'll be an in-swinger. Sanchez keeping an eye on Pedro Cruz, who's a good 20 yards away from everything else. Gonçalves setting, resetting, taking another look. And he's going to have to, he's going from the edge of the concrete, trying to not take another back step and go from concrete to grass before he plants and delivers. A couple of quick steps, headed away easily by Caden Moore. Right to Pedro Cruz. Cruz pops it up. Franca with the header. Easy grab for Dylan Greiner in Atlanta United. And getting in the way was Caraballo to keep Dylan Greiner from the quick outlet pass to start another rush for Atlanta United. Long ball. Nicely done there to find Jesse Garcia up the right-hand side. Akintobi on an overlapping run. Tried to get it to Zuniga on the inside. Defense was there for Orlando City. Through ball looking for Franca. Franca got there, but Caden Moore was there to get the second touch. Goes back to Greiner. Greiner sends it long to Platts near center circle. Jonathan Hernandez is there for Atlanta United. Ashton Gordon had Zuniga to the inside. Dominic Chongqui was there. Hernandez, and now Julian Bretos. Late 36th minute, 1-0 for Orlando City. It was an 11th minute penalty by Theo Franca. Chances have been there for both sides. Now 37th minute, too much looking for Dominic Chongqui. And it's going to be a throw for Orlando City. Cruz doing some surveying, trying to find Franca. Chongqui standing in the way of Franca. Franca with the push in the back. Not appreciative of the closed quarters. And Degny to Caden Moore. Cooper Sanchez. Franca keeping an eye on Cooper Sanchez. Sanchez running through the gears. He'll go inside as he was looking for Zuniga. Now here comes Crystal up the left-hand side for Orlando City. Gets it around Julian Bretos. Now Theo Franca. Franca now getting pursued from behind by Chongqui. Stood up. Did not get any real progress inside the 18, and a foul on Chongqui. And it looks like it's going to be a set piece just outside the 18. Orlando City wondering where the yellow card is for Chongqui, and here's the challenge once again. Franca pushed to the outside. Chongqui goes down for the clearance. Just a foul from the man in the middle. but it is going to be a set piece for Orlando City. Like I said, just outside the 18, about halfway down. So 18 yards and a couple of inches for Orlando City here. Two in discussion as to what they want to do with this particular set piece. Excellent job of covering the mouth so we can't read the lips and try to figure out any strategy. Quick set, left, and it just misses the far post. Opportunity was there. Platts was hoping he could be the one at the back post to head it in, but there was a lot of MPH on it. Goes past the far post, and we stay at 1-0. Let's take another peek. Quick discussion. All right, tell you what, I'll back away. Quick set, left, a lot of speed attached to that one. Jackson Platts was at the far post for Orlando City. Ball arrived ahead of Platts to the far post, staying at 1-0. Here comes Atlanta United. Akintobi looking for Ashton Gordon. Platts is there. He'll send it away. Didn't miss us by much. About 10 yards or so off to our left. Little help. There we go. So it'll end up being a throw for Ayo Akintobi and Atlanta United. Man in the middle is asking Akintobi to back it up a couple of yards. Akintobi gains a couple of yards as he runs his momentum forward with the throw. Degny keeps it away from Franca up the right, and he was looking for Jesse Garcia. Garcia couldn't quite keep the handle on it. It ends up being a throw for Orlando City. Cooper Sanchez dribbles out of trouble. Back to Caden Moore. He's got Chong Kui to his left. That's where he goes. Chong Kui looking for Ashton Gordon. Found Ashton Gordon. Foul desired by Landon Zuniga. Does not get the whistle. Here comes Orlando City up the left-hand side. Once again, Crystal. Last time he tried the drive, he went to step over City. Had one this time instead of three. Pulls it away because of the double team with Akintobi and Cooper Sanchez. Judelson will go back to Jackson Platts. Judelson center circle, looks to his left. Gonsalves is there. Caraballo closing the space was Jesse Garcia. So Gonsalves wearing the captain's armband. Gives to Judelson. Judelson to Platts. Platts has Cruz to his right, and that's where he goes. Orlando City working up the right-hand side. Pass was behind Cruz, but Cruz doubled back to stick with it. Crystal from 25 wants to set up the right on to Dylan Griner. Griner had it tracked, and it was right at the edge of the line drive, so he prevented the short hop from taking advantage of him here on the grass here at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground. And Bretos surveys. He'll go to his left. Jonathan Hernandez, Ashton Gordon. Bretos to Cooper Sanchez. Caraballo keeping an eye on him. He'll go to the right, and Ayo Akintobi. Dagny to Caden Moore. He's got Bretos to his left. That's where he goes, going around Theo Franca. Hernandez has support from Zuniga. Long and to the left, he gets to Jesse Garcia. Garcia from 25 wants to go far post. One hop, chested down, and Ashton Gordon quite keep control of it. And it chests conveniently to Luka Maxim, who pounces on it inside the 6. Early 43rd minute, still 1-0 Orlando City. And true to form this morning, the skies are getting grayer and darker. I think we're on the verge of having our fourth or fifth different version of Mother Nature this morning here at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground. As the U-17s are match one of two here on the day. This U-17 match is the one that's on the social media for Atlanta United. U-15 set to go at 11 o'clock. Shot by Jesse Garcia, blocked by the defense in the form of Gonsalves, and he'll clear it center circle. Degny on the second bounce will calm it down for Caden Moore. Moore to Bretos. Zinedine Rodriguez there on the defense. Sanchez in the middle. Gets it past Crystal. Out to the right-hand side, Akintobi. Akintobi, cross, looking far post, up and over, and it will end up being a goal kick for Orlando City as we're halfway through the 44th minute, about 90 seconds plus any other time that might be added on here in the first 45. Let's take another peek at it. Akintobi surveys, was looking to the far post, got under it, and it ends up going over the end line. So once again, goal kick for Orlando City. And once again, thanks for hanging out with us here on Atlanta United social media channels. The beginning of the Atlanta United Equinox. It's a fun day, 13 hours of soccer, 4 different teams that you can catch in various places across the Atlanta United universe. Through ball, Ashton Gordon was looking for Jonathan Hernandez. Too much on it. Maxim will track it down. 45 seconds or so here in the first 45. Hernandez forced Maxim to pick the ball up. So he goes up the right-hand side looking to Pedro Cruz. Rodriguez tried to dance around the Atlanta United defense. Ashton Gordon ended up with possession. Chong Kui off the deflection, cleared away. And just shy of the scoreboard, looks like it's going to be a corner for Atlanta United once again. They're fourth here in the first half. Cooper Sanchez tracking it down quickly, as this could be one of the final acts of the first 45. So Cooper Sanchez over at the far corner flag. Tight angle, right hand in the air, in swinger with the right. Let's see what Cooper has in mind. Top of the 6th, headed down by Degny. Franca is there. Orlando City is there, and was last touched by Degny, so it will end up being a throw for Orlando City as we are north of 45 minutes now. Like I said, we'll see how much time is tacked on here. As Pedro Cruz will be the one to throw it in for Orlando City. Not in any real rush, or should he be, toward the end of the first half with a 1-0 lead. Gathering momentum, throws it down. Hernandez had first touch. And Caden Moore tried to send it down the far touchline as Atlanta United wanted to attack down the left. Couldn't keep it in, so it'll be yet another throw for Orlando City. And that'll do it. 1 minute added to the first 45, and it's 1 goal on the board. It was a penalty in the 11th minute, and Theo Franca of Orlando City is the man responsible for the marker here to give Orlando City the 1-0 lead after the first 45 minutes. It's been a fun first 45 here for us to keep an eye on things. Here's your play that created the penalty. Pedro Cruz down the right-hand side, taken down inside the 18. And Theo Franca, triple hop, couple of skip steps, and gets it past Dylan Greiner, and that's the only goal on the board that we have here in the first 45 minutes from the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground. Halftime with the U-17s. Orlando City, the visitors, leading Atlanta United by the score of 1-0. We'll catch back up with you at the start of the second 45. U-17 soccer here in the Atlanta United Equinox.
You think Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is just for kids? Well, think again. Before I went pro, I was a high school athlete, a serious athlete. And guess what? Children's was there on the field with me. They helped me stay healthy, they helped me stay in the game, and helped me get to where I am today. You still think Children's is just for kids? Think again. And if you're a serious teen athlete, think Children's.
You think Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is just for kids? Well, think again. Before I went pro, I was a high school athlete, a serious athlete. And guess what? Children's was there on the field with me. They helped me stay healthy. They helped me stay in the game and helped me get to where I am today. You still think Children's is just for kids? Think again. And if you're a serious teen athlete, think Children's.
You think Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is just for kids? Well, think again. Before I went pro, I was a high school athlete, a serious athlete. And guess what? Children's was there on the field with me. They helped me stay healthy, they helped me stay in the game, and helped me get to where I am today. You still think Children's is just for kids? Think again. And if you're a serious teen athlete, think Children's.
You think Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is just for kids? Well, think again. Before I went pro, I was a high school athlete, a serious athlete. And guess what? Children's was there on the field with me. They helped me stay healthy, they helped me stay in the game, and helped me get to where I am today. You still think Children's is just for kids? Think again. And if you're a serious teen athlete, think Children's.
Welcome back to the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground in Marietta. John Nelson here with you, along with our friends from ASMG. Giving you the pictures here for the U-17s on the first element of the Atlanta United Equinox. 13 hours of soccer, one organization, 3 separate locations, all across the networks. Starting here at atlutd.com/live with the U-17s. Then the first team, you can catch the radio with Mike and Jason at 92.9 The Game and the Odyssey app. Then after that, back at atlutd.com/live. After the match is over with the first team, you can watch the unified match, the first of the season and the first of a home-and-home going up against Nashville at atlutd.com/live. Madison Cruz, Jason Longshore will have the call for that one. And then Maddie and Jason hop in a car, and they go for 2 hours in a perfect world. So I'm taking traffic and I'm putting it to the side. I'm wishing them nothing but green lights on the interstates going from Nashville to Huntsville as Atlanta United 2 takes on Huntsville City Football Club in MLS Next Pro. That is an 8 o'clock start. And that will be on the Soccer Down Here app. You can go to soccerdownhere.mixlr.com, soccerdownhere.mixlr.com, and you can catch the action of the second team there. So it's a fun day for all of us here that are getting to see what's going on with Atlanta United and all the different levels here. Starting today with the U-17s and Steve Covino going up against Orlando City here on campus after this match is over. It will not be streamed. It's the U-15s. But if you're anywhere within earsight or driving distance, come by, catch the U-15s, and then sprint back home to watch the first team, listen to the first team. Then it's the Unifieds. Then it's the twos. And so that's where we are. Here from the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground, getting you ready for the second 45 minutes. Orlando City with the 1-0 lead, scoring on an 11th minute penalty put in the back of the net by Theo Franco. And that's been the difference. Now underway here for the second 45, Orlando City. Luka Maxim in the dress pinks and purples. We'll see Orlando City in their road whites with the sunburst and the purple accents, purple piping down the shorts. They're going to be going from left to right as you're watching here. And Atlanta United in the dress blacks with the 5 stripes down the side, the gold logos and numerals for Atlanta United's U-17s here as we go. Substitutions in for Atlanta United. Looks like Mason Peacock is in here for the second 45. In place of Ashton Gordon. So Ashton Gordon gives you 45. Mason Peacock in for the second 45 for Atlanta United. And we'll roll through the rosters as we go and see if there are any other changes. Through the middle looking for Drake Winger. Franca now in possession through center circle. Up the left-hand side to Gustavo Caraballo. Cutting it inside is Crystal. Crystal will play it back to Judelson. On the right-hand side, it's Pedro Cruz. Cruz stood up by Dominic Chong-Kui. Chong-Kui wins possession but sends it right to Jackson Platts of Orlando City. Mason Peacock in pursuit for Atlanta United. Clovis Archange in possession for Orlando City, calming things down, sending it back to Luka Maxim. Maxim once again to his right, and Jackson Platts. Archange to Caraballo. Caraballo got it past Julian Bretas, up and over. And it looks like it went out over the far touchline, so it'll be a throw for Atlanta United's U-17s as they try to work their way back from a 1-0 deficit. Once again, thanks to our friends at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta for letting us be a part of things here this afternoon and this morning. Peacock looking inside. Platts was there. A reminder, Atlanta United trusts Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Orthopedics and Sports Medicine with the care of their academy players, and you should too. When it comes to treating teen athletes, there's really no competition. The Children's team of sports surgeons, doctors, certified athletic trainers, and sports physical therapists are dedicated to getting teen athletes back in the game and back to what they love. Take your athlete to Children's. The teen injury experts. Go to choa.com/teens to learn more and schedule your appointment today. Crystal up the left-hand side. Ethan Degny's there. Nicely done to clear that rush from Orlando City. Let's take another look as Orlando City went all the way with Franca into the middle and then Crystal up the left-hand side. Nicely done there by Degny to defend, so it ends up being a throw for Orlando City, about even with the 18. Over at the far touchline here, early 50th minute, 5 minutes into the second half. Rodriguez plays it into a cross. Pedro Cruz wants to try to get past Dominic Chong-Kui with the left. Easy two-hopper, spilled and pounced on by Dylan Griner. Griner had it, kind of got caught in between hops, was in front of it the entire way. Easily tracked in Atlanta United. Once again with Julian Bretas, tries to go up the right-hand side. Jesse Garcia was there. Archange and Platts now for Orlando City. Cooper Sanchez in pursuit, tries to win it away from Archange, and ends up going back to Luka Maxim. And over to Jackson Platts. They'll try it again. The right-hand side kind of got caught up in the wet grass a little bit. Chong-Kui gets it away from Cruz. And Caden Moore will play it back to Dylan Griner for Atlanta United. Franca offering pressure. Bretos lets it go through. Nicely done there. Landon Zuniga now in possession for Atlanta United. Bretos. Degning. And returned. Top of the 18. Greiner closes the distance. Ball got kind of caught up in the breeze that's kind of started kicking up here in the second 45. Bretos being pulled at from behind by Caraballo. And you finally do get the whistle from the man in the middle. Foul call on Gustavo Caraballo. Let's take another peek. At the early rush here, you see Cruz wanting to go to his outside, cuts it back to his left, and there's Greiner who had it he had it marked the entire time. Just kind of got caught in between hops, but he pounces on it pretty easily. And we stay at 1-0 here, early 52nd minute. Akintobi. Degny and Bretos and Caden Moore. Moore goes along with the left looking for Chong Kui. Platt's trying to track it down defensively. A bit of a push in the back to disrupt Chong Kui's rush. But Platt sends it away. And it's going to be, let's see where they mark it. If it's a deepest of deep throws right here before the near side corner flag, or if it's going to be laid out as a corner. Looks like they're going to call it a corner. Cooper Sanchez coming after it. 4 corners for Atlanta United in the first half. First of the second half here in the 53rd minute. In-swinger with the right. Cooper Sanchez looking far post. Headed away by Orlando City. Jonathan Hernandez is there for the U-17s. Tried to get it to Caden Moore. Stood up by Dylan Judelson. Foul on a bit of a tug on Judelson's jersey by Jonathan Hernandez. And it'll be a free kick for our change and Orlando City. Our change is kind of waving Mason Peacock on. Peacock keeping an eye. And now our change will yield to Luca Maxim, and Maxim will send it skyward. Up and over Degny. Akintobi's back there as well. Brandon Crystal combines. Caraballo has Cruz. Cruz misses to the far post. Cruz had some space, had an opportunity. And Dylan Greiner was there, keeping an eye on it the entire time. So let's see how this one develops. Once again, here's Caraballo. Caraballo spots Cruz with space. Chong Kui closes the distance, winding and firing, and got the hips through it, I think, a little too quickly and pulled it to the far post. And so we stay at 1-0 here in the 54th minute. Sent long up the left-hand side looking for Peacock, past Platts. Peacock will track it down. Our change is there for Orlando City. Peacock to the top of the 18, backtracking. Chances there for Atlanta United. Out to the right, cuts it back to the left. Cooper Sanchez gets it from Zuniga. Sanchez sends it with the left over the bar. Mason Peacock combining with Landon Zuniga. Zuniga kept getting sent further and further away out the 18, and so here's how this play developed at the end. Zuniga sent out Cooper Sanchez, settles it with the left, tried to find a bit of a window. He did, and it ends up going over Luca Maxim over the bar. Goal kick. Quick turnover for Atlanta United. Quick throw sent inside the 6 and headed away at the last by Jackson Platts at the near post. Atlanta United trying to take advantage of the ball going quickly over the far touchline. And so it'll be the second corner here of the second 45. Cooper Sanchez asking for a spheroid to help things out a little bit, since Jackson Platt's header sent the ball that they were working with out toward the parking lot. So let's see what Cooper Sanchez has in mind here. Right hand in the air. In-swinger with the right toward the top of the 6. Bounces through everybody and through the 6. Jonathan Hernandez grabs it on the other side of the 18. Chong Kui had a bit of a run toward the top of the 6. Header, but it right on. And Luka Maxim keeps it at 1-0. Quick pressure from Jesse Garcia, and Maxim forced to charge to the top of the 18, but he's going to wave everybody forward. Another chance there for Atlanta United's U-17s. But right on target once again, Luka Maxim with the grab, and we stay at 1-0 here late in the 56th. Maxim will go along, looking for Franca. Akintobi heads it down. Winger grabs it for Orlando City up the left to Crystal. Crystal step overs. He'll go down the left into the corner. Akintobi is there with Caraballo, each saying that the other touched it last, and it's going to end up being a throw for Atlanta United, as it was touched by Caraballo last. And I mentioned the wind because it's kind of odd here in the second 45 because the corner flags are not waving, but up here at our platform at the top of the castle, you're kind of getting a little bit of getting a bit of a swirl, and it's going from left to right as you're watching the match. So anything that is sent with any kind of height gets held up in the breeze, but it will be at the back of Orlando City as we're watching things here in the second 45. So we'll see what happens if Mother Nature continues to play tricks. Bumped off the ball by Cooper Sanchez. Here comes Atlanta United with a rush. Peacock gets it from Sanchez, looking inside the 6 for a cutback. Defense is there for Orlando City. Corralled, and it goes back to Luka Maxim, and Orlando City will start the charge once again here early in the 58th minute. Pedro Cruz up the right to Zinedine Rodriguez. Rodriguez will play it back to Jackson Platts. Platts waiting for a little bit of pressure from Mason Peacock. Gets it to Luka Maxim. Our change now in possession. On the edge of his own 18. Franca with the quick little poke trying to combine with Caraballo. Akintobi was there. Mason Peacock thought he was fouled by our change. Man in the middle didn't think so. So Degny will clear the ball away from Theo Franca, and it'll end up being a throw for Orlando City here, early 59th minute. Quick reminder, if your teen athlete has an injury or training concern, turn to the sports medicine team trusted by Caleb Wiley and all our academy athletes. Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is the only nationally ranked program for teens in Georgia and the official sports medicine provider of Atlanta United Academy. Their teen injury experts understand every athlete is unique and requires comprehensive specialty care designed for their specific needs. Go to choa.com/teens to learn more and schedule your appointment today. And there's an example of the ball getting held up in the breeze, and you end up getting a foul on Atlanta United out of it. So they're waiting for the ball to come back down into this particular orbit. Caraballo was the one that was knocked down. So foul on Orlando City. Here comes Atlanta United. Chong Kui, head fake, continues down the left-hand side. He had Hernandez with him inside the 18. Cruz is there to stop the cross, and it will end up being corner number 7 for Atlanta United. 4 in the first half, 3 in the second. 3 in the first 15 minutes of the second half, really. And so Cooper Sanchez will be the one to take. Gets a little help from Mason Peacock. So let's see what Cooper Sanchez has in mind. It'll be an in-swinger with the right. Right hand in the air. Skyward, looking toward the edge of the 6. Headed down. Maxim is there to keep it out and keep it at 1-0. Got his hands up to his full height on the bounce. Kept it out of the net at the far post, and we stay at 1-0 with 30 minutes to go. Atlanta United have been challenging Luka Maxim from distance in the first half. And a shot from close range inside the 6 here in the second half. Nothing has gotten past him so far. 30 minutes to go, 1-0 Orlando City. Here come the Lions. And losing possession. marked by Akintobi, was Orlando City. And once again, the surface in and of itself kind of wet. Let's take a peek at the corner once again. There's Cooper Sanchez. Sanchez looking to the far post, headed down, and Maxim is there to keep it out, to keep it 1-0 to the visitors. Chung Kui, through ball, trying to track it down. Landon Zuniga. Zuniga double teamed by Cruz and Platts. Platts stands him up. Atlanta United supporters wanting a foul on Platts, and they do not get the call for Landon Zuniga. Akintobi won the header, bumped off the ball. Bretos, center circle, had Hernandez to his left, gives to Chong Kui. Zuniga has Hernandez to his left, step over, cuts it to the inside, goes long left to right, edge of the 18, picked up on the short hop, chested down. Chance was there for Mason Peacock, who took a swing. Last touch by Orlando City, and it is corner number 4 here for Atlanta United in the second half. There's your challenge. Zuniga stood up. Foul desired on Jackson Platts, not given. And so here comes Cooper Sanchez. 4th corner in the first 16 minutes here, the second half. Sanchez looking top of the 6, collision, and looks like you're going to get a foul call on Mason Peacock as he collided with Luka Maxim as they both went up for the ball. And so it will end up heading to Orlando City. Here's another peek at the corner. Sanchez. You see the collision with Peacock and Maxim there. And we're still at 1-0, 63rd minute. Platts tries to go forward through Rodriguez. Bretos is there, winning it back for Atlanta United. Caraballo was there to challenge. So Bretos goes backwards. Sanchez give to Degny. Degny working up the right-hand side. Akintobi and Jesse Garcia. Our change is there to keep Garcia from getting any further. Landon Zuniga pulls it back. He'll go back to Degny, and they'll try it from 15 yards inside the attacking half. Caden Moore looking long up and over the shoulder of Jesse Garcia. Garcia couldn't quite track it down, neither could Akintobi. It ends up being a goal kick for Orlando City. Substitutions for both sides. Let's see what it looks like here. One on each side, and when they get acclimated to the action, we'll let you know what's going on. I think they're waiting on the Orlando City sub. Braden Dunham in the game now, number 8 for the Five Stripes. Orlando City wanted a foul on Degny, didn't get it. Stepping into the play, winning possession, back and forth. And you're going to get a foul on Atlanta United. But 15 yards inside the attacking half in front of the Orlando City bench. Here early 65th minute, 25 to go. Let's take another look at it. There's Dunham. Dunham working up the right-hand side. Orlando City winning possession, bumping into Dunham, and you end up getting the foul called on Dunham. So as we say, about 15 yards inside the attacking half. Let's see what Orlando City has in mind here. 65th minute. Play it on the ground. Tries to go through the defense. Tracking it down the entire way was Atlanta United, and Atlanta United will work once again from right to left. Dominic Chong Kui tried to poke it past Judelson. Didn't work the first time. Hernandez is there this time. Tries to get around Cruz. Stood up to Landon Zuniga. And it looks like Jesse Garcia is the Dunham replacement here with 25 to go. Zinedine Rodriguez looking long and to the left. Crystal has some folks sprinting in front of him. Caraballo, nicely done there by Bretos to keep that from happening on the through ball. And so Caraballo tried to win it back on the slide tackle. Could not. Chong Kui gets around Franca. Back to Bretos. Has Degny to his right. Has Cooper Sanchez inside center circle. He'll go to his right. Dunham to the back line. Caden Moore. Caden Moore settles it down. Through Bretos. Degny back to Caden Moore. Moore surveys up the left-hand side. Finds Zuniga. Zuniga chased by Rodriguez. Cuts it to the inside. Thought about lining up that right. Akintobi called for it. Header, flick, just missed the near post. Well worked once again by Atlanta United. Now the substitution will come for Orlando City. But let's take a peek at this new chance for Atlanta United. You see Landon Zuniga cuts it to the inside. Akintobi right hand in the air calling for it. Zuniga found him, and Akintobi just missed the header. Great vision and awareness by both Zuniga and Akintobi. But it ends up just missing the near post, and it will be a goal kick for Orlando City. And that will be the day for Gustavo Caraballo. So Caraballo's day is done in the 68th minute. Popped forward by Cruz. Franca back to Cruz. Chong Kui gets it back for Atlanta United. And Amu Mensah has checked in for Orlando City. So Amu Mensah in, Caraballo out. And here comes Atlanta United once again. Akintobi, our change, is there. A little bit of a hand grab by Amu Mensah in his first activity. Last touched by Orlando City. It'll end up being a throw for Atlanta United. And Braden Dunham will take. Dunham looking for a target. Finds one, looking for Peacock. Peacock, fairly harmless header, easily spotted by Luka Maxim. Maxim will grab, and he'll hit the turf with a 21 to go. Once again, thanks for hanging out with us here at the beginning of a 13-hour day of soccer involving Atlanta United for the Atlanta United Equinox. Once again, after this match, it's the first team in Nashville. Too much from Chong Kui to Cooper Sanchez. Catch that on 92.9 The Game, the Odyssey app, on the audio side of things with Mike Connick and Jason Longshore. The video version, I think it's on Big Fox in addition to Apple TV+. Then after that, back here at atlutd.com/live for the unified match from Nashville. Madison Cruz and Jason Longshore will have the call for that. Then after that, Maddie and Jason get in a car and they head to Huntsville for Atlanta United 2 Huntsville City Football Club. 8 o'clock start on that activity, and you can catch that on the Soccer Down Here channel at Mixler, soccerdownhere.mixler.com, and soccerdownhere.net. Full day of Atlanta United soccer right here on a bunch of different platforms. Big launch and just missed by Braden Dunham. Once again, we saw it in the first half a couple times from Dominic Chong Kui from distance. If that window is there, they want to challenge Luka Maxim, and we'll see what happened here with Braden Dunham. Dunham had a lot of room, got around the defender, and just lit into it with his left and just missed the near post. 20 minutes to go. Atlanta United's had chances. First one from distance here in a little bit, but challenging Luka Maxim. Ball ends up going back to Dylan Griner. Griner with pressure. And Zinedine Rodriguez wins it away from Caden Moore as the pressure was dialed up from Orlando City that time halfway through the 71st minute. Pedro Cruz with the throw. Trying to find help from Rodriguez. That's where he goes. Jonathan Hernandez is there defending. Cruz with the chip. Dylan Griner has it tracked the entire way. Amu Mensah tried to disrupt Dylan Griner's train of thought a little bit. Not a problem as Griner had it marked the entire time. Early 72nd minute, the one goal on the penalty by Franca in the 11th has stood up so far. Orlando City with the 1-0 advantage. Akintobi waited for the ball to bounce twice. Our change heads it away. Zuniga tracks it down for Atlanta United to Braden Dunham. Dunham was looking for Hernandez. Cooper Sanchez kept an eye on it. Back to Bretos. Quick back and forth with them inside center circle. Julian thought about down the right-hand side. Pulls it back, and he'll spin to his left through center circle. Dominic Chongqui. Back to Bretos. Franca keeping an eye on Bretos as it goes to Degny. Degny, stutter step with the right, gets around Crystal, back to Dunham. Dunham has it poked away by Amu Mensah, so they'll go to the back line once again. Caden Moore surveys, finds Chongqui about 20 yards away from goal. Chongqui toward the top of the 6, poked out. Possession kept by Atlanta United. Jonathan Hernandez stood up by 2, tries to go through ball to Chongqui, winning possession back Zinedine Rodriguez for Orlando City. Crystal spins away from Cooper Sanchez, then cuts it back into traffic, and it's going to be a foul on Atlanta United as he tried to skip through the double team, meaning Crystal, and he earned the foul for Orlando City, late 73rd minute. Winger, after a quick peek, gave to Cruz, and Jonathan Hernandez was there to prevent any kind of a pass back into the middle third. And so Dominic Chongqui into row 5 to track the ball down. And Chongqui makes first contact of the throw. Zuniga tries to get away from pressure. Found Hernandez. Hernandez back into the middle. Cooper Sanchez. Sanchez on the turn gets away from Judelson. Give to Braden Dunham. Dunham, Akintobi. Gonsalves is there to keep Akintobi from outside the 18. Double team is there in the form of Amu Mensah. Dunham won possession. Amu Mensah last to touch and will end up being a throw for Atlanta United. 75th minute, 15 to go. And once again, that one goal, the penalty in the 11th minute, has stood up so far. Pedro Cruz drove inside the 18. Taken down. Theo Franca puts the ball in the back of the net, 1-0, and that's where we've been ever since. Poked inside the 6 as Landon Zuniga was trying to find someone at close range for Atlanta United. Knocked away by the Orlando City defense. Chongqui and Caden Moore. Franca working the top of the defensive element. Bretos tries to get it past Crystal. Hits Crystal, but it goes right to Degny. Dunham looking long and trying to go far post. Loops over everybody inside the 6 past Luka Maxim, and it'll end up being a goal kick for Orlando City. Once again, a quick reminder, Atlanta United trusts Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, orthopedics and sports medicine with the care of their academy players, and you should too. When it comes to treating teen athletes, there's really no competition. The children's team of sports surgeons, doctors, certified athletic trainers, and sports physical therapists are dedicated to getting teen athletes back in the game and back to what they love. Take your athlete to Children's, the teen injury experts. Go to choa.com/teens to learn more and schedule your appointment today. Chongqui chests it down. Flick with the left, was looking for Jonathan Hernandez. Pass off the outside of the left boot, goes over the near touchline. Will end up being a throw for Orlando City. Pedro Cruz. Looked like the ball slipped out of his hands. Dominic Chongqui posting up to make sure that Theo Franca couldn't get there. And you're going to get a foul on Chongqui as he's trying to turn defense into offense quickly. Trying to turn offense into quicker offense was Zinedine Rodriguez, but Jonathan Hernandez got in the way. So Pedro Cruz does a full 270 and sends it back to our change. Mason Peacock in pursuit. Back to Luca Maxim and Jackson Platts. Judelson looking long from right to left. Dunham is called for a foul on Crystal. It's going to be a set-piece opportunity for Orlando City from just about 30, maybe just under 30 yards away from target for the visitors. Let's see what happened here. Once again, looking long. And Crystal, as he was going up for the ball, Dunham was called for the foul. And Crystal's still down for Orlando City. Now he's sitting up. That's a good sign. Getting helped up by his teammates here, early 78th minute. Upended and grabbing the lower back a little bit. And the man in the middle is getting a bit of a show and tell demonstration from Bernardo Gonçalves as to what happened from Gonçalves' perspective. Gonçalves, number 11, wearing the captain's armband. Crystal off to the left. Long launch, and it's just missed to the far post. Dylan Greiner had it tracked down the entire time. Chance was there for Orlando City in the form of Dylan Judelson. And now Atlanta United once again on the charge from right to left. Big switch, left to right. Caden Moore thinking about it, looking for Peacock. Our change is there first. Bretos kept control away from Crystal. And gets it back from Ethan Degny. Chongqui available on the left-hand side. Bretos, that's where he goes. Like Chongqui cuts it back to the inside and to his right. Into the middle, Cooper Sanchez back to Bretos. Degny about 15 yards, 20 yards inside the attacking half. Finds Braden Dunham. Amu Mensah is there with him. Right on by Dunham. And Luca Maxim has it tracked down the entire time until Mason Peacock finally gets to within an arm's distance, and then Maxim will pick it up and roll the play out to the right, and Jackson Platts and Orlando City will start it up all over again. Zinedine Rodriguez, Cruz, got past Hernandez, got past Caden Moore. Here's a chance for Cruz toward the edge of the 18. Bretos is back in defense with the left, caught with the inside of the left boot, tracked down by Dylan Greiner the entire time. Here comes Braden Dunham up the right-hand side. Past Amu Mensah, but the pass intended to Akintobi found Wenger. Akintobi sticks with the play, wins possession back, sticking with it out to the right-hand side, edge of the 18. Our change is there, tries to keep it in and does. Nicely done there by Clovis Archange to keep possession for the visitors. Zinedine Rodriguez. Crystal. Through ball, and the flag is up. Keep an eye on substitutions. So we're coming up on just under 10 minutes to go. Looks like Atlanta United wants to make another substitution. Steve Cavino and the crew. Chung Kui looking toward the top of the 18. Akintobi inside the arc. Dunham keeps it in play. Nicely done there. And poked out by Gonsalves. And so Dunham, 5 yards or so away from the far corner flag with a long throw-in attempt. Maxim punches it away. Hernandez was there. Deflected once again, once and twice. Mason Peacock kept it inside the 18. Substitution for Atlanta United. Let's see what happens here in the 81st minute. And it looks like the day for Jonathan Hernandez is done. So Jonathan Hernandez goes 80 minutes on the afternoon. And checking in for Atlanta United is Junior Enamorado. So Enamorado comes in with 10 to go. And that's the day for Jonathan Hernandez up the left-hand side. Akintobi keeps an eye on the bounce, gets away from Gonsalves. Amu Mensah is there to help out to keep the sprint from turning the corner. And so Atlanta United at the back, Caden Moore. Dominic Chung Kui in with the left, looking inside the 18. Cooper Sanchez. Sanchez was in line with the near post, about 8 or 9 yards away. Almost self-defense and almost puts it in the back of the net for the equalizer. Here's another peek. Chung Kui and the flick and turn by Cooper Sanchez. As he turns with that left, just missed the near post. Still at 1-0 here, early 83rd minute. Franca wins the joust with Bretos. Amu Mensah looking for Franca. A couple of inconvenient hops, but Franca ends up keeping possession, gets it away from Dominic Chung Kui. 4 in the charge for Orlando City. Crystal out to the edge and Amu Mensah. Degny is there. He pops it up into the air. Winger looking for Amu Mensah. Akintobi's there in defense, as well as Landon Zuniga, and they're going to say that Atlanta United touched it last as it goes over the far touchline and will end up as a throw for the visitors, once again leading 1-0 here late 83rd, heading into the 84th minute. The 11th minute penalty by Theo Franca stood up. Atlanta United's had chances. Dominic Chung Kui from distance. Braden Dunham from distance. Chances inside the 18 and inside the 6 for Atlanta United. 8 corners, 4 in each half for Atlanta United. But Orlando's got the one marker on the board, and it's been there for 72 minutes. Throw for Orlando City, a handful of yards away from the far corner flag. Akintobi keeping an eye on things for Atlanta United. Crystal coming in close. That's where the throw goes. Bretos wants to go long up the right-hand side. Full sprint, Mason Peacock. He'll track it down. Tries to find Maxim off his line, and Maxim keeps an eye on it. Got turned around. Got kind of held up a little bit. Luka Maxim lucky that the ball took a skip past the far post, and it ends up being a goal kick for Orlando City. Once again, presence of mind here. It's like Luka Maxim's off his line. You give it a shot. And time wasting for Luka Maxim. So Luka Maxim gets a yellow. So Maxim gets a yellow with 5 minutes in the 85th minute. So keep an eye on that going forward. Dominic Chung Kui bumps off Rodriguez, gets around Cruz toward the top of the 6, and Jackson Platts is there to send it into the kudzu. So it's going to be the 9th corner for Atlanta United here. Cooper Sanchez, ball behind him. About to turn to the 86th minute. Sanchez will send it in with the right. Right hand in the air, in swinger. Looking toward the header and in! Mason Peacock got the elevation, beat the defender to it, and tied it ones off the corner. All of the work by Atlanta United finally pays off. Cooper Sanchez, Mason Peacock beat the defender to the spot, and we're tied at ones with 5 to go. Sanchez, and watch Mason Peacock stand his ground in front of Jackson Platts. And Mason Peacock with the header. We're tied at 1 with 5 to go. And that'll be the day for Crystal for Orlando City. And checking in is Luis Gonzalez. So Luis Gonzalez checking in the 87th minute. As Orlando City, now in a tie game, is chasing after a game winner with a handful of minutes to go. Amu Mensah, pressured from Braden Dunham. Ball exits and it will end up being a throw for Orlando City. Dunham with the header. Sends it back. Our change. Peacock tried to draw the foul, and here comes Akintobi. Akintobi, our change is chasing him. Ball inside the 18. Swatted away by Platts. Thrown in quickly by Akintobi. And Amarato tries to go through 2 defenders, and pouncing on it, Luka Maxim. As Amarato had a bit of a head of steam, tried to cut through the 2 defenders, and he did. And Luka Maxim waving Mason Peacock on. It's like, nope, not going to do anything until you leave. And so Maxim sends it to Franca. Franca wanted to get a foul with his contact with Caden Moore. Didn't get it. No such luck. Up the right-hand side to Braden Dunham. Dunham thought about going airborne to Chong Kui on the big switch from right to left. Inside goes on the ground to Caden Moore. Bretos helping out at the back. Bretos will go long. Through by Akintobi. Up the right-hand side is Amarato, and Amarato with the chip and an own goal by Orlando. The rush from Atlanta United created an opportunity, and in trying to clear it out, it was sent in the net. Chip looking for Peacock, and it goes in the back of the net off the Orlando City defender. Looked like it was Jackson Platts, and we go from 1-0 down to 2-0 up halfway through the 89th minute. The pressure from Atlanta United, Junior and Amarato. Akintobi let the ball go through, and Amarato had the chance, cut inside the 18, was trying to find Mason Peacock. Defender got there first. Own goal makes it 2-1 Atlanta United with a minute plus any kind of discretionary added time to go. We ended up with a yellow card and all of the other discussions. Now Orlando City's chasing after an equalizer after being up since the 11th minute. They were up for 70-plus minutes. Then Mason Peacock off the corner from Cooper Sanchez. And then the pressure creates another opportunity and an own goal. And that's where we are, down 1-0, up 2-1 with a handful of seconds plus any other added time left on the board. And that'll be kept on the field. Throw. Dunham thought about the release back into the own defensive half. Our change was there, winning it. Cooper Sanchez pops it in the air looking for Akintobi. Big swing by Landon Zuniga trying to keep the ball in the attacking half. Second chance by Gonsalves. Header looking for Franca. Degny is there. Bretos is there. Back to Dylan Griner. Griner sends it skyward, looking towards center circle. Wenger couldn't control it. Zuniga did. He was looking for Mason Peacock. Bretos, Cooper Sanchez with the flick up and over Akintobi. Slide tackle by Akintobi, nicely done there. Peacock had the slide tackle as well. Our change wants to try to get a quick throw in here at 90-35. He'll yield the idea. And Orlando City, once again, trying to find an outlet here. 10 seconds on the board have gone by. And the contact with Drake Winger turns it into an Atlanta United throw. Pressure from Atlanta United at 90+. Made it difficult for Orlando City to try to get out of their own defensive half. Pressure worked for Atlanta United, and it ends up with a throw. Braden Dunham with it, looking for Cooper Sanchez. Gets away from Amu Mensah. Back to the back line. Caden Moore in no hurry, nor should he be with a 2-1 lead. Ethan Degny. Braden Dunham. Dunham cuts it to the inside. Found Caden Moore, center circle. Added time being kept on the field. We're 90 seconds past 90 minutes. Bretos. Degny. Dunham. Working the perimeter. Dunham decides to go long, big switch. Too much is on it, looking for Dominic Chongqui. And now Gonzalez is going to try and track it down. For the throw for Orlando City. Cruz gained a couple of yards on the throw. Went off of both Gonzalez and Chongqui. Sanchez. And Namarado won back by Atlanta United. Back to the back line, Braden Dunham. Dunham gets past Rodriguez. Finds Akintobi. Akintobi looking, header for a Namarado, and the chance was there for Atlanta United. Keeping the pressure on. What's better than a 1-goal lead? How about a 2-goal lead? Chasing after it at 92-30. Header just missed the near post, and here comes Orlando City. Maxim starts it back up again. Long with the left, looking for Franca. 3 bodies in close range. Here comes Gonzalez, though. Gonzalez gets behind the defense, but right on to Dylan Griner. And Griner waits for – that's a new one. Griner waited for Theo Franca to get within arm's reach, and then Dylan Griner does the frog splash right on top of it. Griner looking long. He'll go long with the right. Won by Mason Peacock to Akintobi. Out to Braden Dunham. Bretos. Caden Moore. Caden Moore will go long with the left into the corner. Our change and Akintobi. Our change got there first. And kept in by Orlando City out by the far corner flag. Dangerous place for them to do it, but they do get out of the jam. Franca. Flick. Trying to get it to Gonzalez. Chongqui is there, and he'll just send it over to the main practice field or over into the apartment complex that neighbors the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training ground. Either way, it worked. Time's clicking. Coming up on 4 minutes. So Gonzalez has been asked to retreat about 10 yards. Let's see how many of them he gets back when he throws. Instead of running down, he's going to run at an angle. Goes inside the 18, headed up into the air. Caden Moore. Jackson Platts with the header. And coming out of it is Landon Zuniga. Zuniga to Cooper Sanchez. He's got a Namarado to his left, and that's where he goes. And Namarado can't keep it in. Flag is up. Looks like they're playing advantage. Poked down, and Mason Peacock had a chance. Saved by Maxim. And I think we were playing advantage. Or are we going all the way back to the point of the exit from Namarado where he could not keep the ball in over here to the near touchline. So we're going back to have a throw for Orlando City. Luis Gonzalez. Back to Platts. Platts to Archange. Archange long with his left down the middle of the park looking for Franca. Nobody but 5 striped jerseys were there to get it. Center circle. There comes Orlando City with it. Chip over the top, looking to get Gonzalez going inside the 18, and Dominic Chongqui once again sends it in toward the main practice field for Atlanta United's first team. And we're 5 minutes and 45 seconds past the 90. How many minutes are we going to get added here? That's the big question. Orlando City, Luis Gonzalez, 5 yards or so this side of the near corner flag. Kind of surveying here inside the 18. Throw, headed up in and out by Bretos. Cruz keeps possession for Orlando City. Back to Archange. Archange, and not able to keep it in is Gonsalves, and that will do it. Big win for Atlanta United 2. 2 goals in a handful of minutes, one by Mason Peacock, one on an own goal. You go from 1-0 down to getting a 2-1 win here in the Battle of the U-17s for the first stage of the Atlanta United Equinox here on your Saturday, starting your day off. And let's take a peek at how we got the final result. Early on, once again, there's the rush by Pedro Cruz down inside the 18, taken down, and it ends up Theo Franca, a couple of hop steps and rocketing it into the back of the net past Dylan Griner. And that's where we were until the 85th minute. Cooper Sanchez with the corner here at the near side. Mason Peacock with the header gets it past Luka Maxim, and we're tied at 1. Then chasing after the game winner, Enamorado was looking for Peacock, and it ends up being headed into the back of the net, 2-1, and that is your final score here for the U-17s. One other note before we go: if your teen athlete has an injury or training concern, turn to the sports medicine team trusted by Caleb Wiley and all our academy athletes. Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is the only nationally ranked program for teens in Georgia and the official sports medicine provider of Atlanta United Academy. Their teen injury experts understand every athlete is unique and requires comprehensive specialty care designed for their specific needs. Go to CHOA.com/teens to learn more and schedule your appointment today. Thanks to our friends at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta for sponsoring the beginning stages of the Atlanta United Equinox. And it was a great start as the U-17s beat Orlando City by the final of 2-1. For everybody from ASMG, everybody here at Atlanta United, I am humbly just John Nelson. Thanks for hanging out with us. Time to catch the first team, get your lunch, get squared away. It's a very, very busy day. Stage 1 to the 5 stripes. Play it safe, everybody. We'll see you next time.
You think Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is just for kids? Well, think again. Before I went pro, I was a high school athlete, a serious athlete. And guess what? Children's was there on the field with me. They helped me stay healthy, they helped me stay in the game, and helped me get to where I am today. You still think Children's is just for kids? Think again. And if you're a serious teen athlete, think Children's.